Good evening, everybody, from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. We bid you welcome to Reds baseball. The Reds and the Dodgers hooking up tonight in the first game of what will be a 3-game series, and it should be an interesting 3 nights of baseball because the Reds come in only 1 game behind Tom Lasorda's ball club. As we see tonight, the same pitching matchup that we saw at Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati last Tuesday night. Mike Lacasse, who went the distance to beat the Dodgers, will again be opposed by right-hander Don Sutton. We'll be back to take a look at the starting lineups in just a moment. If you're ready now, the starting lineups tonight for the Cincinnati Reds, leading off and playing center field, will be Dave Collins. Batting second at shortstop, Dave Concepcion. Hitting third in right field, Ken Griffey. Batting fourth, George Foster in left field. Hitting number 5 at first base, Danny Dreesen. Batting sixth at third base, Ray Knight. Johnny Bench will catch in bat number 7. Hitting eighth at second base, Ron Oster. And batting ninth and pitching for the Reds, it'll be right-hander Mike Lacasse. Once again, going over the Reds' batting order is Collins in center field, Concepcion at shortstop, and Griffey in right field. Foster in left, Dreesen at first base, Knight at third. With Bench catching, Oster at second, and Lacasse on the mound. For the homestanding Dodgers, to lead it off, second baseman Davey Lopes. Rudy Law will be in center field and bat second. Reggie Smith will bat third and play right field. Hitting fourth, Steve Garvey at first base. Batting fifth in left field, Dusty Baker. Hitting number 6 in the Dodger lineup at third base, Ron Cey. Billy Russell will be at shortstop. He'll bat number 7. Hitting eighth and doing the catching, Mike Scioscia. And batting ninth, the Dodger pitcher, right-hander Don Sutton. Once more for Los Angeles, it's Lopes at second base, Law in center field, and Smith in right field. Garvey at first base, Baker in left field, Cey at third. With Russell at short, Scioscia catching, and Sutton pitching. Dave Collins will lead it off as Don Sutton hoping for a better outing and more success against the Reds on home ground than he had on enemy ground last Tuesday night. The right-hander winds, kicks, and throws. Collins swings. A fly ball into shallow left center field. Billy Russell goes back, and he makes the catch for out number 1, and this game is underway. Near collision between Billy Russell going out and center fielder Rudy Law coming over into the alley in shallow left center. But Russell makes a play on Sutton's first pitch, and that'll quickly bring up shortstop Dave Concepcion.
Marty, we were talking to Davey about his arm and was wondering about yesterday a couple of the throws he made, but he said that it didn't bother him throwing the ball. It bothers him swinging the bat. But he said it felt much better today.
Batting .208 with 2 homers and 17 RBIs. Sutton gets an off-speed pitch in for a call strike. Outfield shading Concepcion just a bit around toward left as Sutton starts into the windup, stops, and now gets ready to go again as he comes with a 0-1 pitch to the plate. Concepcion takes it high. The count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. 330 down the foul lines here in Los Angeles, 370 in the alleys, and 395 to straightaway center field. 1 ball and 1 strike on Dave Concepcion. Ken Griffey on deck. 1 out in the first, a pitch in, strike 2 call. Concepcion shortening up on the bat and throwing Ron Cey quickly in from third, but took it for a strike. One ball and 2 strikes. Davey leveling the bat with rookie Mike Scioscia behind the plate, hanging a sign for Don Sutton. He's back to the plate and just outside for a ball. Count evens at 2-2. Record-wise, the Dodgers are 28-19. The Reds are 27-20. So a win by Cincinnati tonight would put them in a dead tie for first place with Los Angeles. Davey fouls it off the first base side. That climbs back and out of play. Reds have won 5 of their last 6. And they started it off after losing the first game of that Monday afternoon Memorial Day doubleheader in Cincinnati against the Dodgers when Jerry Royce shut them out. Came back to win the second game behind Paul Mosco. Then Lacasse beat him on Tuesday night. And they followed that up by winning 3 out of 4 in San Diego. Davey bounces foul. And the count holds on the Red shortstop at 2-2. And counting the 2 losses in Cincinnati and splitting the 4-game set against Bobby Cox Club, the Braves, or the Dodgers rather, have lost 4 out of their last 6. Collins popped to shortstop on the game's first pitch. Concepcion hangs in against Don Sutton. Right-hander ready again with a break-even pitch to the plate, and Concepcion takes it just outside again, ball 3. Sutton has missed twice, very close, and has run the string out on Dave Concepcion. Sutton studies aside. Now the payoff pitch, and that's swung on. Fly ball, center field. Rudy Law drifting back. He pounds the glove a couple of times and makes the catch. So the two-out batter will be right fielder Ken Griffey as we check the Dodgers defensively. Garvey at first, Lopes at second, Russell at short, Say at third. The outfield with Rudy Law in center has Dusty Baker in left and Reggie Smith in right. And again, the catcher, young Mike Scioscia. Griffey hitting .299. His homer 3 times, has driven in 20 runs. Two away, nothing happening for the Reds here in the first inning. Sutton brings it on up there, and Griffey takes it just high. Kenny comes into the series with a 10-game hitting streak in which he has been batting at a .351 clip, going 13 for 37. Up and away, 2 balls and no strikes. Say in on the grass at third as Griffey looks to third base coach Russ Nixon. 2-0 on the batter. Sutton with a motion in the pitch. Griffey swings and pops it up along the left field foul line. In foul territory, Billy Russell, the shortstop, is there to make the play. So for the Reds in the first inning, 3 up and 3 down, and after 1/2 inning of baseball in the series opener, Reds nothing, Dodgers are coming to bat.
Danny Dreesen walked in the second inning and hitting .275, 4 home runs, 25 RBIs. Don Sutton ready to work to Dreesen. And his first pitch on the way. Dreesen looks at a breaking ball, a called strike. Danny been swinging a hot bat of late. Dreesen did not get a hit yesterday at San Diego. On 1 to count. Sutton back with a pitch. Dreesen checks his swing on a breaking ball, and he goes too far, and it's no balls, 2 strikes to Danny Dreesen. Rudy Law shades Danny just a couple of steps toward left in center field. The 0-2 delivery. Just off the plate outside. Fastball, 1-2. Sutton has the sign, the pitch. Swung on, bounced right back to Don Sutton. He takes it chest high and throws on to Garvey. 1 out. 1 away, and Ray Knight the batter. Ray popped out to Scioscia in foul territory behind the plate. Now Fred Brocklander goes out to check out the baseball, and he'll give it back to Don Sutton. 4th inning, Reds leading 1-0. Ray Knight at the plate has a 5-game hitting streak, and he takes outside from Sutton the ball. That hitting streak, Ray 7 for 19. That's good for a .368 average. Overall, Ray hitting .285. He swings and lines one to center field, and he extends it to 6 games, the 4th hit of the game for the Reds. Ray Knight lines one to center off Don Sutton. And that'll bring to the plate Johnny Bench. John ended the 2nd inning by grounding into a force out, forcing Dreesen at second base. On a big series at San Diego, 4 home runs, 8 RBIs in that 4-game series at San Diego. Sutton delivers, Bench takes, strike call. When you think about John's career and find out that only the 2nd pinch hit home run in his career coming yesterday, a little surprising. John has hit 339 career home runs. 0-1 to count to Bench. Knight leads at first. The stretch in the pitch. John swings and bounces off the end of the bat. There's Loeb, steps on the bag, throws to Garvey, double play. Ball bounced over the mound. Dave Loeb right at the bag. Fields steps on the bag and completes the double play. The rest of the inning, no runs, a hit, no errors, no one left on base. And at the middle of the fourth, it remains Cincinnati 1, Los Angeles nothing.
Sutton pitches to Griffey, and Kenny bluffs a bunt, takes a strike. As far as the Reds are concerned, Johnny benched third in the balloting with a total of 195,694 votes behind Steve Yeager at 246 and Ted Simmons at 260,000. Griffey checks his swing. That's too low. At shortstop, Dave Concepcion is down in fourth place behind Russell, Templeton, and Boa. Davey with 174,000 and the leader Russell at 263. Griffey lines one, and Davey Lopes makes the play at second. One out on the line drive, and here's Foster. George has been called out on strikes and is fly to center. At first base, Danny Dreesen has a total of 40,235 votes. Garvey, 434,592. Keith Hernandez of the Cardinals is a distant second, and Pete Rose is even a more distant third. Rose has 154,000. At third base, as we mentioned, Say leading over Mike Schmidt. Ray Knight is down with a total of 80,000. Say has 334,000. And George Foster, as far as the outfielders are concerned, is fifth in the balloting. He has 196,000. And Dave Parker leading everybody with 353,000. Foster swings on Sutton's first pitch, strike one. Reds won, the Dodgers nothing, with one away in the sixth. Missing away with that one, 1-1. Sutton sights a sign, and the 1-1 pitch to Foster swung on and popped up. Davey Lopes at second base will make the play one-handed, 2 away. Well, Davey Lopes has had both putouts in the inning as Griffey lines to second. Foster pops up to him, and here's Dreesen. Dan has drawn a walk, the only base on balls that Sutton has given up, and has also bounced hard back to the mound. Pitch is in for a call strike. Sutton trying to retire the Reds in order for what would be the second time in the game. He knocked them off 1, 2, 3 in the first inning. Ball to him, 1-1. Pitch bounced off the end of the bat to second. Lopes gloves and throws to Garvey. That ends the inning. For the Reds in the sixth, 3 men up, 3 men down, through 5.5. It remains a close encounter in Los Angeles. Reds 1, Dodgers nothing. Collins grounding out on Sutcliffe's first pitch, and now it'll be Dave Concepcion, who's 1 for 3 and has driven in the only Cincinnati run. Dodgers get up left-hander Steve Howe in the bullpen. In our first final into the night, California has defeated Toronto 6-3. Winner Frost, loser Leal, LaRoche with a save. Thompson homered for the winning Angels, and Velez homered for the losing Jays. Don Sutton now stands to win his 5th game of the season if Sutcliffe can get the job done. Davey takes it down low for a ball. Reds have not had a hit since Oster's single to lead off the 5th inning. Two balls and no strikes. And 3 of the 5 Cincinnati hits came in 1 inning. That was in the 3rd. Double by Oster, single by Concepcion, single by Griffey. 3-0. So Sutcliffe a pitch away from putting on the tie and run with 1 out, and Griffey and Foster coming up. Pitch is over for a call strike. Dodgers have played 13 one-run games. They've won 6 and lost 7. Their strike 2 call. And with that one-run win over San Diego yesterday, the Reds have won 10 and lost 5 in one-run encounters. Rick Sutcliffe, after getting behind 3-0, 2 call strikes in on Concepcion. Davey slowly settling back in there. He's ready. And here comes a payoff pitch. That's ball 4. The Reds have a man on with 1 out. Ken Griffey 1 for 3. Single in the 3rd. Staying a little closer to home this year on your vacation, how about including the Cincinnati Reds in your vacation travel plan? Cincinnati is a fun place to visit, and Reds baseball is a terrific entertainment value. We'll be back home on Friday night for the first of 4 against Jerry Coleman's Padres. Davey getting the good lead at first, and Sutcliffe throws that way. Griffey waiting at the plate. Here comes a pitch. He takes it high, ball 1. Sutcliffe stretches, turns, throws to first again, safe again. Reds got a run in the 3rd and led 1-0 before Davey Lopes hit the two-run home run in the 7th inning. Another throw to first and safe again. Sutcliffe getting a little bit closer every time he turns and throws to Steve Garvey. One ball and no strikes on Ken Griffey, and another throw to first, safe again. Time call now by Concepcion as he steps off the bag and brushes himself off. John McNamara pacing up and down in the Reds dugout. A Dodgers win would send their lead over Cincinnati to 2 games. A Reds win would bring about a dead heat for first place. The Dodgers leading 2-1 in the 8th. Griffey takes the ball, 2-0. Swing and a miss. Getting one after a pitch out of the strike zone. A high fastball, and on the 2-0, he was looking for the heater from Rick Sutcliffe and did not get it. 2 balls and a strike. Griffey stepping back in. Sutcliffe ready to go. Throw to first. Griffey had the game-winning RBI in San Diego yesterday, his 5th of the season. And another throw to first base. Right now, it's a matter of Rick Sutcliffe and Steve Garvey playing catch with each other. Griffey has seen 3 pitches. Foster leads the club with 6 game-winning RBIs. Griffey with 5, Concepcion and Knight with 3 each. Collins, Dreesen, Kennedy with 2 apiece. Bench and Stillman have had 1 each. Foster's on deck. Runner going. Pitch is swung on. Bounced up the middle. Russell's only play will be to first. Concepcion running on the pitch goes to second as Griffey grounds out short to first. 2 away. So here's George Foster. He has struck out, fly to center, and popped up to second base. Foster with only 1 hit in 18 times up on this road trip, and that was the 3-run home run. He hit off of lefty John Curtis Saturday night in San Diego. Now some fans out in the lower deck in right field holding up a banner, draping it over the railing there, and Reggie Smith running over and calmly asking them to please take it back in, which they obligingly do. So the tying run at second with 2 out. Sutcliffe checking Concepcion. Pitches to Foster. High, ball 1. Dodgers leading 2-1. 2 out, a runner at second here in the 8th inning. Rick Sutcliffe, his first inning of work after Don Sutton went 7 very strong innings. Foster waving the bat around as Sutcliffe kicks and throws. Swung on and popped up, but it'll be out of play off the first base side. 1-1. 2 pitchers are throwing in the Dodgers bullpen. The left-hander we can see, Steve Howe. The other we cannot see, but it would in all likelihood either be Joe Beckwith or Bobby Castillo. One pitch. High and inside. Foster just drops the bat as he bends back away from the plate. 2-1. Now Foster in and out of the batter's box. This, of course, is sophomore year for Rick Sutcliffe in the big leagues, and he was quite a surprise last year, winning 17 games. Foster loops one into shallow right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Dave Concepcion on around from third base to score the tying run, and Foster delivers in the clutch with a 2-out hit to right, and we're all even up at 2 runs apiece. George picks up his 24th RBI, and the inning continues for Danny Dreesen. Dreesen has walked and bounced out twice, so Don Sutton will have to wait another night to get his 5th win of the year. Dreesen fouls it off. Inside and low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sutcliffe throwing to the plate. Dreesen swings on a pitch up and fouls it back. Count on the Reds' first baseman, a ball and 2 strikes. Well, the 1-out walk to Concepcion ultimately turns into a run for Cincinnati as Foster loops a single into shallow right field. Davey scores from second base, and we start from scratch once again at 2-2. Dreesen sends a fly ball into left center field. Rudy Law running back toward the warning track and leaping at the fence. He caught it! Rudy Law picked it off the top of the wall. What a catch by Rudy Law at the 385 marker in deep left center field. That fence did not bother him a little bit as he leaped up on the wall, picked it off, fell down in a heap, and hung on to it. So the rookie center fielder for Los Angeles comes up with a mighty big play. The Reds get the tying run in on 1 hit, 1 left. And after 7.5, it's the Reds 2 and the Dodgers 2. There to the windup, and the pitch to Russell. Taken for a strike. Swung on and grounded, foul at third base. Hard smash to put Russell in a 2-strike hole. Here's a pitch. It's up high, ball. Houston losing at San Diego. The Reds and the Dodgers are tied after 8.5 here in Los Angeles. Russell fouls it away. Both bullpens are quiet, at least for the moment. There with a 1-2 pitch. Struck him out swinging. 4 out of the last 5 Dodgers have struck out. Mike Scioscia scheduled a bat, but Tom Lasorda will bring him back to the dugout. And Rick Monday will be the pinch hitter. Monday batting 182, no home runs, 2 RBIs. He's 2 for 11 with a run batted into the pinch hitter. Monday, one of those people we were talking about earlier who, along with Darryl Thomas and Gary Thomason, played center field in Rudy Law's absence. Monday, a left-handed batter with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. He fouls to the screen on Bears' first pitch. The bullpen will start up to throw again for Los Angeles as Rick Sutcliffe moves on deck. Fly ball hit back into deep right center field. It's going to be a home run, and the Dodgers win it. Rick Monday with a 1-out, 9th inning pinch hit home run, a no-doubter into the bleachers in right center, and the Dodgers ended with lightning-like swiftness. In the bottom of the 9th inning, Monday reaching home plate, teammates pouring out of the dugout, his first home run of the season. And Los Angeles wins it by a final score of 3-2. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, a Super Bowl game to begin the 3-game series in Los Angeles tonight. Super certainly for the Dodgers, and a game that any real baseball fan would enjoy. Super pitching between Don Sutton and Mike Lacasse. The Dodgers with a couple of home runs, including the big one by Rick Monday in the bottom of the 9th inning to win it. The Reds got on the board first in the 3rd when Ron Oster came up with the first hit of the night off Don Sutton, a double in the shallow center that Rudy Law just missed making a catch on. Lacasse grounded out to shortstop. Dave Collins popped up foul to 3rd, and it looked like the Reds were going to waste that 2-base hit before Dave Concepcion grounded a single into center field, scoring Oster to give the Reds a 1-0 lead. Lacasse was in trouble in almost every inning, but it seemed like inning after inning after inning, he was able to rise to the occasion and get the job done. He left Lopes on at second in the 1st inning, stranded 2 Dodgers in the 2nd, left 2 more on in the 3rd, gave up an infield hit with 1 out in the 4th inning, but got catcher Mike Scioscia to hit into a double play. Got the Dodgers out in order in the 5th, and then in the 7th inning, he took that 1-0 lead, but Russell drew the leadoff walk. The only base on balls that Lacasse was to give up in his 8 innings of pitching. Scioscia bunted him over, and after pinch hitter Jay Johnstone popped up to second baseman Ron Oster, Davey Lopes crushed his 4th home run of the season into the bleachers in left field to turn a 1-run deficit into a 1-run advantage. Don Sutton was gone after 7. Rick Sutcliffe took his place on the mound, and the Reds quickly tied it up as Dave Concepcion drew a 1-out walk, moved to second on a ground out off the bat of Ken Griffey, and scored when George Foster singled into shallow right field. Then came the play of the night as far as the Dodgers were concerned defensively. Danny Dreesen launched a drive to deep left center field, and Rudy Law, with that tremendous speed, ran to the fence, leaped high to pick it off, fell to the ground, and hung on for certainly what would have been an extra base hit, and in all likelihood would have been able to score Foster easily with a go-ahead run. The Reds had to settle for the 1 tying run, and that's the way it went into the bottom of the 9th inning when Mike Lacasse turned things over to Doug Baer. Baer struck out Billy Russell to start things, but then Rick Monday, batting for Scioscia, on the 2nd pitch, hit one into the bleachers in right center for his first home run of the year, and only the 2nd home run that Doug Baer has given up all season long, and that produced for the Dodgers a 1-run win. L.A. had 3 runs on 10 hits, no errors and 7 left. The Reds with 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and they stranded 7 also. Sutcliffe the winner, 1-2. Baer the loser. His record is now 0-3. So the Dodgers will take a 2-game lead over the Reds into the middle game of the series here tomorrow night. Tom Seaver will do the pitching for Cincinnati. Bobby Welsh will do the pitching for Los Angeles. As for us, we'll be on the air with the pregame shows on most of these same stations tomorrow night, beginning at 10 o'clock Cincinnati time. Again, the final score tonight in a game that took 2 hours and 34 minutes to play before a crowd of 31,368. The Dodgers 3 and the Reds 2.